This is the Big O Show. This is the Big O Show.
We talked about it yesterday. Roger Goodell talked about possibly not one, not two, but maybe possibly a division in Europe, which that's what I said for years now, that you need several teams and a neutral practice field site for the teams visiting so they can stay there for a couple of weeks, play the team in London, play the team in Barcelona, then travel back. Then another time you go and you're playing the team in, let's say, Paris, and maybe you're playing them in Berlin. Okay? So you have Paris, Berlin, Barcelona, and London, a division like that, and then you have a independent. Well, coming off of that conversation from yesterday, the New York Giants' 27-22 win over the Packers was also a new viewership record for international games in-house for NFL Network. The second international series game of the 2022 season at Tottenham Hotspur Stadium reached 5.5 million viewers across TV and digital platforms, a 55% year-over-year viewership increase on the New York Jets versus the Falcons game on the same venue in 2021. Interestingly, the audience figures do not include in-market figures for New York or Milwaukee, where the game was broadcast via local affiliates, which of course would jack the hell out of that number. The game also generated an average minute audience of 299,000 across the NFL digital platforms, including an NFL Plus streaming service of 22% on the Jets-Falcons game, the highest ever an AMA for an international series. The next exclusive NFL Network live game broadcast in the league's inaugural regular season game in Germany between Tampa and Seattle at Allianz Arena in Munich on November 13th is the next one. The thirst for American football internationally is growing in a big-time way. The way it's grown here for international soccer. You know, I was getting off the air the other day, and I remember some guy posted, "Oh, soccer will never catch on to this country." And I'm like, yo, dude, what are you watching? Like, what's wrong with you? Like, the Premiership is on all the time, and Serie A. They're on NBC. They're on national television. They're on ESPN. They're on Fox. They're on major programs. And the MLS is up to a point where they're averaging per game more than the NBA and the NHL per game in attendance. I'm sorry. What are you watching? Now, is the MLS anywhere near basketball or football? No, of course not. We know that. It's a niche sport here. But it's certainly caught on. Internationally, people love soccer. Americans are climbing on board with international soccer. Now, are they as crazy about MLS soccer? No, of course not. But anybody that says that soccer hasn't grown, just go look at the telly. It's all over the telly here in this country. It's on prime time, Saturdays and Sundays. You see games like where you would normally watch American sports, you're watching soccer, football. Anybody that says soccer hasn't grown in this country, you got to be stupid, dude. We're approaching, 30 teams now? Well, no, it is 30 teams now, right, in the MLS? There's 30 teams. Now, is it where the big ones are? No, of course not. But there's a crowd for it. And you watch Miami making the playoffs now. Inter comes back next year and they go again and go to the playoffs, and they start doing this on a consistent basis, which they will. It was the inevitable. Jorge Mas wasn't going to buy a team and lose. That's not in his DNA. Okay, they screwed up, all that stuff, fine, whatever. We all screw up. He'll figure it out, dude. And you're going to watch that place is going to get packed. So it's growing. And the thirst for American football is growing overseas in the same fashion. People in Europe, the more they get the NFL, the more they fall in love with our sport. So you can bet your ass that a division is coming. It's there. They're selling the products. All the games that go there are sold out. The fanaticism is amazing. Our Dolphin London fans, because I can't talk about, fans in England of other NFL teams because I don't deal with them. But I deal with our folks here. Where's right there, Fins Nation UK. Right there, we got it. See it? We got some, and there's a couple of those fan bases over there. They're fanatical about our Dolphins. Freaking fanatical. Constantly asking me questions. They're either on YouTube, on Twitter, and it is a great fan base. Our sport is growing there just as much. You bet your ass it's coming. That's our KSDT Sports Business Report.
This is the Big O Show. This is the Big O Show.